Daryl Mitchell and Joe Clark came to Worcestershire's rescue after they started their latest LV County Championship match with Hampshire at New Road poorly, the former with a ton and the latter with the best score of his career to date. Mitchell won the toss and, in spite of the dampness in the air, decided to have a bat first, he opening up with a 17-run stand with Richard Oliver, who was out for 3 when he was trapped in front by Jackson Bird in the game's third over. Before another run had been added, the players were off for rain. Back on a couple of hours later, Bird was soon in the action again as he had Tom Fell taken behind before the youngster had troubled the scorers. It was 3 in successive overs for the Australian as Tom Kohler-Cadmore chose the wrong ball to leave alone, he on his way for a single with a total on 25 for 3. So it was left to Mitchell and Clark to try to resurrect the innings. This, of course, is a huge match for both teams, both coming in off losses which had seen the 2 promoted sides from last summer drop into the relegation places this time and in a desperate need for a change of fortune. Mitchell has a terrific record against this opposition, while Clark, of course, is right at the start of his career, this being just the 5th championship match he's played. Both batsmen have been given a tough examination at the start of their innings by both Bird and Gareth Berg in particular, but having passed that, they were being rewarded now for their efforts. Mitchell was first to his 50, his arriving off his 71st delivery after being completed with his 10th 4. He was trying to make the most of a dry pitch which didn't have much grass on it, thus runs in the first innings may turn out to be very important, which is why Clark's knock was such a good one for his team. The second half-century of the 19-year-old's career came off 96 deliveries, from which the youngster had found the boundary on 8 occasions. The partnership between these two was now into 3 figures as well. And it continued to grow. Mitchell, as he so often can do, started to slow down a bit with just the occasional shot of aggression, while Clark did the opposite, a young man growing in confidence with every stroke he produced. And there were some pretty good ones too. He'd made 70 of a stand of 142 when he pushed a ball from Danny Briggs into the hands of Sean Terry at short leg. It ended a fine knock indeed. Mitchell had struck 300s in his last 4 games against Hampshire, and so the visitors' attack must be sick and tired of seeing him bat. He was on his way to yet another ton against them here, his second in 2 knocks against them this summer. A single off Bird took him to 3 figures off 212 balls, 14 fours included in that. It was the 21st 100 of the 31-year-old's career, and in the context of the way this season is mapping out, there have been few as significant as this one. He's a skipper who allows his teammates to play around him. He was well backed up by Brett D'Oliveira, who may have only made 19, but he stuck it out for 80 minutes and helped add 49 runs with his skipper. He was furious with himself for getting out, edging Bradley Wheel to James Vince, leaving with a total on 216 for 5. And a dozen more runs were added to that before the close, Mitchell batting through the 79 overs that were possible. So he will go again on the second morning on 105, made out of a total of 228 for 5, which has Worcestershire well placed at this early stage.